Okay, now let's talk about corpus linguistics and corpus analysis. Now, corpus linguistics basically studies language use, and this occurs only through corpora. We are interested in this word. What is corpora? Corpora is the plural form of the word corpus, and corpus is defined as a large collection of naturally examples of language, and these examples are stored electronically. That means we use computers to collect and to classify these examples. Now, in your proposals, you will talk only about COCA. This is the only corpus we are interested in. And COCA is the abbreviation of Corpus of Contemporary American English. Now, this corpus is considered to be the largest corpus of American English. It includes about 560 million words, and you can access this corpus using this link, which is corpus.byu.edu, and you have to pay money for the full access. Now, the first page you will find this table. Now, as you can see, we have different corpora representing English and different dialects of English. As you can see, we have American, British, and Canadian, and so on. We have corpora of other languages such as Spanish and Portuguese. Again, this is important. Now, in linguistics, we have two methods used for linguistic analysis. We have a quantitative and we have a qualitative. Quantitative is based on counting frequencies and percentages to describe patterns. You have to tell me how often or how many times a linguistic pattern occurs. In a qualitative analysis of a linguistic form, we are focusing on examining or to find out the purpose or the linguistic function that stands behind a specific linguistic use by a group of speakers or writers. You have to tell me why. Is there a reason that stands behind such use or not? Okay, another point you have to cover in your introduction is the hypotheses or the questions. So you can start this paragraph using the current study or the present study or this study will answer the following questions. Now, following the example we started about conditional sentences, for example, what are the most frequent conditional conjunctions used in B and C and COCA? Secondly, which conditional conjunctions are more frequently used in the spoken and written subsections of COCA and B and C? And now I will tell you what are the spoken and the written subsections of COCA. Now, another important point you have to mention in your introduction is the corpus you want to use as a source of your data. So we will talk about COCA. Please Google it, which is the Corpus of Contemporary American English. Now, this corpus includes 5 sections. We have spoken, we have fiction, magazine, newspaper, and academic. Now, these 4 sections represent the written American English. Now, each section has different size, and the size is measured by million words, okay? Now, for example, as you can see, spoken is about 116.7 million words, fiction is about 111.8 million words, and so on. Now, since corpus analysis is based on frequency analysis, and this kind of analysis shows the most common and the most rare linguistic patterns used by a group of speakers or writers. Now, we have 2 types of frequencies, and this is important, please pay attention. Now, we have raw frequency, and it refers to the number of occurrences of a word or an expression or a collocation. For example, from this study, if is used by speakers in COCA about 433,845 times. Look, this is raw frequency. We are talking about the times or hits. The second type is normalized frequency. Now, this refers to the number of times a word is used every million occurrence. And I will explain this in this example. Now, corpora are measured by the occurrence of words. It could be measured by thousands. It could be measured by millions. Now, in COCA, it is measured by million words. Okay, now let me give you an example. We are talking about conditionals here. We are talking about if and unless. Now, the raw frequency of occurrence of if in COCA is about 433,845 times, whereas the normalized frequency is about 774.7 per million. That means every million word if occurred 774 times. Let's take a look at unless. Now, unless occurred about 38,292. This is 9. Yes. And about the normalized frequency, it occurred about 67.77. Now, we depend on the normalized frequency to compare between two verbs, between two conjunctions, between two words, whatever. We look at this frequency because, as you can see, the difference is much clearer. Okay? طيب. Now take a look at this table. I will provide you with something similar related to stative verbs and progressive aspects. Now, these are different sections in COCA. We have spoken, fiction, magazine, newspaper, and academic, as you can see. Okay. Now, as you can see here, we have years, and these years represent the timeline of occurrence of if in the third type of COCA. In COCA, we are talking in this example about if in the third type. Okay. Now, as you can see here, we have something called the frequency. This is the raw frequency of if in the third type in the spoken subsection. Now we have size. Size here represents the size of spoken. As you can see, 116.7. Now we have this size, which represents the fiction subsection. Sorry. Now we have the per million frequency. Now the per million frequency represents the occurrences of if in the third type in the spoken subsection. Okay? And we have to focus on this type. يعني on this column. ركزوا لي على هاي الجهة. طب. Now normalize the frequency again. How many times if in the third type has occurred in every million word of the total size of each section. يعني مرة ثانية. هسا هذا الرقم اللي هو 35.79% بيمثل كم مرة تكرر استخدام الاف في الثيرد تايب من العدد الكلي اللي هو العدد الكلي عندنا هون اللي هو 116.7، وهذا يتكرر مع كل section as you can see here and here. Can you see this? Okay. Okay, by the way, I will scan these papers for you. I will send them inshallah. Today inshallah I will send them for you. Look, you have to read this carefully. Please start writing your introductions. I will send you the data, and you already have the topic, which is about stative verbs and the progressive aspect. I will give you more details about this, but you have to start writing your introductions because time is running so fast. If you have any question, please contact me. You have the right to ask if you have questions. Thank you.